Well, hello, good morning, hello, and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas. Once again, my name is Danny Deals. It's great to be with you this morning. It is September 1st, 2023. It's 6:30 a.m. The market is just opening up. Wanted to touch base with you guys. Haven't talked to you in a while. We are talking about the SoFi stock. Ticker symbol is SOFI, and she's coming in hot out of the gate, up 10, 12 cents early. Um, Yahoo has not updated what the indexes are doing, but they were all certainly green pre market. Guys, today I want to talk to you not about what you do see with SoFi, but what you don't see with SoFi, and why I believe that all the evidence suggests that the support at 810, 813, I've been saying 813 for many months. I'll go ahead and hold that number, but of course the support can be 811, 814. Depends what the algos do. It depends what market makers do. How they program their trading computers. It's not organic at all. And what you don't see right now is negative press about SoFi. What you don't see right now are the downgrades over and over, and the negative notes from the Chia Pet and the Bologna Sandwich and Morgan Stanley, and all these folks who consistently bash the SoFi stock. Um, After the Chia Pet Army short attack from the previous earnings report, you just saw this deluge of negativity from the entire financial media, the analysts. As they shorted the stock as it went up, they increased the short dramatically. And now what you've seen is that has completely flipped. If you look at the news on these major sites, it's largely positive. I'd point to this article in Seeking Alpha. SoFi is digging a wider moat, and this is kind of how the how quickly the narrative flips. You don't see, um, all of these hit pieces, even Investor Place, Louis Navellier, some of the biggest SoFi detractors and bears are writing positive pieces. When you talk about the analysts, some of the biggest bears like JP Morgan have basically flipped, and now they show, considerable upside. They have 15% upside on the SoFi stock. I remember they were, at 5, then at 6. They came up begrudgingly, but I think reality slapped them in the face. Citibank again at 12. Dan Dolev from Mizuho is at 15, and I just heard him the other day say he's really, his ultimate price target was 20. Not quite sure what that meant, but Bank of America has 33% upside on the stock. So even the bears, even the mega banks are coming around. And that's why I believe what's happening is these mega banks, the real smart money that's out front, are flipping their positions from short to long. You see the short decreasing. You see 813 flip from resistance to support. It's been tested, over and over again. And guys, short term, I mean, I keep hearing, people just look at the drawings online. They're like, well, this is a bear flag. This is how you identify it. It comes down and then it trades sideways. Like, dude, you're a fucking moron. You have no idea what you're talking about. Um, the This is not a bear flag, guys. Put it in context, okay? Um, this was a pump and dump. Like this was a pump and dump. So you don't get to treat this chart. I don't know what's going on with the Yahoo thing, guys. It gets too much traffic. Just jumps all over the place. But trust me when I say you cannot take a sell-off from a completely artificial pump and dump from 950 to 1150 or 1170 in one day and then go, oh, the stock's selling off. The market doesn't like the stock. It's going to trade sideways and then it's going to go down some more. Guys, that is absolutely not what this chart shows, okay? This chart shows a stock breaking through extremely strong resistance very, very convincingly. Look at this candle. Look at how quick this move was. And then since early June, you have absolutely no one selling the SoFi stock under $8.13. People come out and they're like, well, the stock went under 8, so you know what that means. 7 is next and probably 6. Like, hey, I'll buy in at 6. Like, guys, when people tell you they're going to buy at these extremely reduced levels, they're saying don't buy. It's a cheap dime store psychological trick. It's like, well, I love the SoFi stock. I'm really along, but I'm just going to buy back in at 6. Like, If you could buy everything for, extreme deep discounts, of course you would do so. But that's not the way the market, where they're telling you basically, hey, the stock's worth six. And what kind of sense does that make that someone's along? Like, of course, all of these people, they don't own anything, no SoFi, no nothing else, but they're like, hey, I'm a long SoFi. I really like SoFi, but I'm just going to buy in at six. I'm just going to buy in at seven. It's like, well, then why didn't you buy at five? SoFi is not a secret. SoFi is one of the most widely known, widely traded, most popular consumer stocks in the entire stock market. Everyone knows about SoFi. If you have a pulse and you follow stocks, you know about SoFi. So if you're bullish and you think the stock's worth seven, why wouldn't you buy at five? Because you're a lemming, because you just follow the herd, because you can't think for yourself. And when the stock goes up, you want to subtly bash the stock by saying it's worth six, or it's worth 650, or it's worth seven, or whatever bulletin board you happen to be on, whatever you happen to be saying that day. But if you think the stock's worth seven, you don't hold any. Because if you did, you would have sold it at 11. Okay, you just don't make any sense. You're not a long. To me, someone who's long is somebody who owns a stock for a long-term investment. It's not somebody who's talking about buying a stock if it drops 35%. Hey, I love the stock. I'm just going to buy it six. Well, you know what? Go fuck yourself. How about that? Okay? Guys, I don't really have that much to say, but the chart is not bearish. This is not a bear flag. Um, this has confirmed over and over and over that market makers are flipping and they're eating their own, and that 813 has flipped from, extremely strong resistance here, here, broke through, and has become very, very strong support, in my opinion. Now, if you look at, of course, if this would cooperate, if you look at what's happening short term, guys, you see the stock obviously making higher lows, higher highs. It's in an upward short term channel over the last week. And you can also see how strong that support was coming in at both of these lines. This yellow line is about 813, and this blue line is the channel that we have been in since June. Either way you look at it, guys, both these lines are, kind of obviously very close to each other. The yellow line is flat, the blue line has a slight upward slope, but you see the stock bouncing off this line. Not only bouncing off, but also consolidating along this line. No one is selling here, guys. Buyers are coming in. You see them over and over attacking the stock down to this level. It breaks through a little bit, it breaks through a few cents, but those shares are immediately bought up. And they're not being bought up by retail. This is being bought by other algos here, guys. Look at these patterns. Look at these dramatic reversals and these huge green candles. 450,000 shares coming off. Guys, this is a 600,000 share candle. I mean, look at this stuff. This is market makers picking up these shares, covering, guys. This is not what you think. This is not a bear flag. It's not going to break back down to six. It's just not going to happen. You can go through this, and again, this could be a little bit deceptive, but Exodus Point takes, a lot of market makers are buying the SoFi stock, like $2 million from this company. And when you see the sales, it's like, okay, shares sold by Commonwealth, and they still own almost 1 million shares, and they sold 60,000. So you gotta read a little bit into this. And guys, the big banks, Citigroup, 10 million dollar position in SoFi. Bank of New York Mellon purchases 83,000 shares, stock holding. I don't know who that is, but SoFi stock. And then Texas Capital Bank Wealth Management Services takes new position in SoFi. SoFi sees consensus hold rating. Credit Suisse boosts holding in SoFi Technologies. But guys, if you look, institutional investors are coming into the stock ahead of net profit, and we really had a feeling this is going to happen. Guys, hold your shares of SoFi. That's what I would do. I would not necessarily be scrambling to buy ahead of Q3 earnings. I don't expect anything dramatically great with Q3. I expect more member ads, more deposits, but I don't expect them to be pushing the accounting hard toward net profit. I really don't want to see another loss of 6-7 cents. I said this last quarter, but I'd like to see a loss of like 2 cents on the way to net profit. I think if it's 8 cents or what analysts are expecting, that's going to be a little bit too far to pull back to gap net profit. So need to see them get a little bit closer in advance of that. And I think certainly SoFi can do that. I think it's in the plan. I think it's in the cards. And I think they're going to make it happen. Guys, looking at the short interest, you can see that it has gone a little bit, tiny bit up over the last 7 days. In term, it's actually like flat 12.9, 12.9. The free float on loan again down, shares on loan down all the way to 70 million. Remember, this was like 240 million not long ago. Utilization is in fact slightly up. But if you look, guys, you can see like the estimated short interest was, 16% of the free float just at the end of June. And now it's all the way back down to less than 13%. So that's a pretty significant reduction of over 13%, but there is still a fairly significant short on the stock. So, guys, you have to not only look for what you see with the stock, but what you don't see. And you don't see all the negativity. You don't see all the short talk. You don't see the reshorting here. Nobody wants to short the stock here because, I think everybody knows the stock is worth over 10 bucks. And shorts just played the game as long as they could. They could have all covered at 550. They decided to reshort on the way up from 6 to 7 to 8. And now they're screwed. They have nowhere to go. SoFi did not fall apart. And they, in fact, continue to execute, I think, better than anyone expected. The deposit growth, direct deposit growth is just insane. If Galileo can turn on some sales, as I think they will in 2024, you're going to see 2024, the SoFi stock absolutely explode, in my opinion, as they bring in gap net profits. Guys, just wanted to touch base with you this morning. Haven't talked to you in a while. Good to see you guys on a Friday. It's September 1st, 2023. My name is Danny Deals. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas. Great to see you guys. Hope you have a great long holiday weekend. Keep it safe out there, guys. Make good decisions, not only in the stock market, but in life in general. Party safe, guys. Have fun, but don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive, and just keep it safe out there. And you guys have a great weekend. I will talk to you very soon. It's the SoFi stock, ticker symbol SOFI. For Hurricane Lopez and Stock Karen, it's Danny Deals. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.